So I'm going to ask you questions. This is going to be tough. Okay, ready? Question number one. It says, in the hierarchy of human structure, what is the level between organ system and tissue, between cell and molecule?
Okay, I know organ system and tissue. That would be organ. That would be an organ between an organ system and a tissue. And then cell and a molecule. That one, I don't think I know. I'm gonna look that one up. Organ system, organ, tissue. Then does it go cell?
Cells. And what makes cells?
The atom.
That's too small. It's too small, but
Oh,
so atom is like the smallest structure.
would it be? Is it organelles?
Organelles.
Organelles.
Yep.
So what's an organelle?
Ooh, that's a good question. Organelles are little machines, little machineries of molecules or chemicals that work together to do a function. I'm going to share this video with you, and it's awesome.
Okay.
My nerd senses are tingling like crazy.
That's awesome.
So check this out.
Oh yes. So for human anatomy, really, so I'll probably have to take it next semester
Yeah.
because this semester they're full.
Okay. So you're not taking it this semester?
No, I'll probably have to take it next semester.
You know, that's fine. Gives you more time to look at this. All right.
It really sucked though, because I was like, I emailed my teacher, or not the teacher, but the counselor, like 1,000 times about it. They're like, I'm sorry, you can't have this class. Damn it, oh woman, damn it! I never asked for anything.
Wait till you're in the class though. Then you're gonna be like,
Get me out of here!
these are the organelles of a eukaryotic cell.
Cells are the smallest living units of an organism. All cells have three things in common, no matter what type of cell they are. All cells have a cell membrane, which separates the inside of the cell from its environment, cytoplasm, which is a jelly-like fluid, and DNA, which is the cell's genetic material. There are two broad categories of cells. The first category is eukaryotic cells. They have organelles, which include the nucleus and other special parts. Eukaryotic cells are more advanced, complex cells, such as those found in plants and animals. The second category is prokaryotic cells. They don't have a nucleus or membrane-enclosed organelles. They do have genetic material, but it's not contained within a nucleus. Prokaryotic cells are always one-celled or unicellular organisms, such as bacteria. So, what are organelles? Organelle means little organ. Organelles are the specialized parts of a cell that have unique jobs to perform. Let's start with the nucleus, the control center of the cell.
Say that again.
So it's basically the organs in the cell that work to make the cell to basically stay alive.
Yeah, and that's why I say they're the little machineries, the little parts of the cell that are like the little machines that keep the cell alive. Now it's going to run you through the different types of organelles, which is something you're going to have to know.
Okay.
Each organelle in a eukaryotic cell and what it does.
Okay.
All right.
So if you need me to pause this and you need to take like little notes,
Yeah.
definitely do it.
All right. Here, I'll just take you with me.
If you have questions, just literally just ask.
Oh yeah, Dad. When I got back, I had an open gym, like right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
And they had this one of our assistant coach's son. He got back from his mission and he came and played with us, and he was pretty good. He was kind of like,
Come back the other way to play some defense. Can they play it? Not as well as Philly, I can tell you that right now. Iverson putting against Ryder, uses Ryder, comes in deep. Following 8-footer, good!
ball hog kind of guy. But I started taking over some of the games. Like it was so funny. Uh, there was one play. Bo tried to throw Johnny a pass, and I like stole it. And I went down, and I went to dunk it, and I missed it. And it was like I had like no doubt like in my mind. Like I thought I was gonna make it. Like
Gotten a little bit better at everything.
Just
I
keep,
thought I had it.
just keep plugging away at it. They'll start going in. And you know, your legs didn't get a break really this summer, so
Yeah, no.
I understand that. And then once your legs heal up and get fresh again, it's gonna be
Attack! Look out below!
it's like bombs away.
And by the way, we were very terrified of Joanna driving back from Chicago by herself.
I wasn't.
I was. When I told her goodbye, it was a real goodbye. it was like, hope you make it goodbye. Like
I hate goodbyes.
I was
Damn.
I was actually really nervous for Joanna.
Take a picture. Take the last picture ever.
Selfie.
Right? I'll remember this forever.
I'll remember this selfie.
Ready?
All right, let's do this.
The nucleus contains DNA, or genetic material. DNA dictates what the cell is going to do and how it's going to do it. Chromatin is the tangled, spread out form of DNA found inside the nuclear membrane. When a cell is ready to divide, DNA condenses into structures known as chromosomes. The nucleus also contains a nucleolus, which is a structure where ribosomes are made. After ribosomes leave the nucleus, they will have the important job of synthesizing or making proteins. Outside the nucleus, the ribosomes and the rest of the organelles float around in cytoplasm, which is the jelly-like substance. Ribosomes may wander freely within the cytoplasm or attach to the endoplasmic reticulum, sometimes abbreviated as ER. There are two types of ER. Rough ER has ribosomes attached to it, and smooth ER doesn't have ribosomes attached to it. The endoplasmic reticulum is a membrane-enclosed passageway for transporting materials, such as the proteins synthesized by ribosomes. Proteins and other materials emerge from the endoplasmic reticulum in small vesicles, where the Golgi apparatus, sometimes called the Golgi body, receives them. As proteins move through the Golgi body,
What is the Golgi?
customized.
Say that again.
What does the Golgi take in?
It takes in vesicles filled of proteins. Now, vesicles like a bubble. So like a balloon full of proteins goes into the Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus is then going to label the, if I remember correctly, the Golgi apparatus labels the protein. So then with that label, the protein is going to either stay in the cell or it's going to leave the cell. I could be wrong. I could be a little bit off, but I remember it does something like that. But think of the Golgi apparatus as the UPS man. He is finishing the package so it can be shipped where it needs to go.
Okay. Thank you.
into forms that the cell can use. The Golgi body does this by folding the proteins into usable shapes, or adding other materials onto them, such as lipids.
So yeah, I was right. So it finishes it up, it folds it up, it attaches things to it, so the cell knows where the protein needs to go.
Or carbohydrates. Vacuoles are sac-like structures that store different materials. Here, in this plant cell, the central vacuole stores water. Going back to the animal cell, you will see an organelle called a lysosome. Lysosomes are the garbage collectors that take in damaged or worn-out cell parts. They are filled with enzymes that break down this cellular debris. The mitochondrion is an organelle that is the powerhouse for both animal and plant cells. During a process called cellular respiration, the mitochondria make ATP molecules that provide the energy for all of the cell's activities. Cells that need more energy have more mitochondria. Meanwhile, the cell maintains its shape through a cytoskeleton. The cytoskeleton includes the thread-like microfilaments, which are made of protein, and microtubules, which are thin, hollow tubes. Some organisms, such as plants, that are photoautotrophic, meaning they capture sunlight for energy, have cells with an organelle called a chloroplast. The chloroplast is where photosynthesis happens. It's green because it has a green pigment called chlorophyll. Plant cells also have a cell wall outside of their cell membranes that shape, support, and protect the plant cell. Animal cells never have a cell wall. There are many other unique structures that only some cells have. Here are just a few. In humans, for example, the respiratory tract is lined with cells that have cilia. These are microscopic hair-like projections that can move in waves. This feature helps trap inhaled particles in the air and expels them when you cough. Another unique feature in some cells is flagella. Some bacteria have flagella. A flagellum is like a little tail that can help a cell move or propel itself. The only human cell that has a flagellum is a sperm cell. In summary, remember, eukaryotic cells are plant and animal cells with a nucleus and membrane-enclosed organelles.
That's a good definition to write down.
Okay. See, I remember learning about some of this in biology and stuff.
Yeah, because it's the beginning. You have to kind of, whenever you take in any type of course that's biology, they're always going to kind of start here, and then they kind of branch into their own specialty.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you'll have to hear this stuff again and again and again. And by the time your senior year of college, in the beginning of the first beginning of the semester, you can be like, yep. All right, let's get to it. Yeah. And then all of a sudden they're like, base, that's new. And you're like, no.
With math.
No. It's like, caught you slipping, homie. Caught you sleeping.
No.
She wasn't ready.
I showed Megan that. We were dying in laughter.
Video's awesome.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
While prokaryotic cells are unicellular organisms without these things. All cells have a cell membrane, cytoplasm, and genetic material. And even though only plant cells have chloroplasts, both plant and animal cells have mitochondria.
Both plant and
Animal cells have mitochondria. All right. So another little side quiz.
okay.
List off all the organelles you can remember.
All right. We got mitochondria, cytoplasm one.
It's just like the fluid filling.
We got the nucleus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of the one that collects all the waste, and then it has the enzymes that breaks. See, I know the function, I just don't remember the name.
So remember so you can kind of remember what some things do if you know what the parts of their names mean. So to lyse something, lyse, Lyse, I think that's how you spell it. means to destroy or to break down. So lice, like Lysol. Lysol kills bacteria. That's where they got the word lice.
God.
Lysol. It's
Lysol.
it's nerdy clever. Lysol. So lice, it lices everything. It kills everything. So lice means to break things apart. So you just described an organelle that breaks things down. So what do you think the beginning of its name is going to be?
The lysomes.
Lysosome. Yep.
Yeah.
Lysosome.
There was the ribosomes.
Ribosomes.
Oh my gosh.
No, you're fine.
Ribosomes.
It's new. It's a different language. Ribosomes. Yeah.
Did I say the mitochondria?
Nope.
That's one.
Yes. Yes, you did. That was the first thing.
Did I? Okay. I think that's all the ones I can remember the names of.
All right, go ahead and look at your sheet and read them out.
Oh, there's the rough ER, the smooth ER.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Golgi.
Golgi. Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Golgi apparatus or Golgi body.
I had Golgi body.
Okay, yeah, the same thing. Any other organelles on there?
So that one. I think that's all the ones I have on here.
Yeah, and there's more. Of course, there's
Yeah.
more. So they're just keeping it pretty basic. All right, now go ahead and see if you can tell me without looking at your sheet what these organelles do that you have written down.
This is gonna be harder.
I'll guide you through it. All right, so what about ribosomes? What are they?
So ribosomes, where are they? They come out of the nucleus.
Yeah.
So, aren't they little proteins?
They're not proteins. They're RNA. You have DNA and you have RNA. So ribosomes are made of RNA. But you're close. They do have something to do with proteins.
Oh, and then I remember the ribosomes, they go out and then they'll go on like the rough ER. They'll only go on the rough ER, they won't go on the smooth ER. I remember that part.
Yeah. And while ribosomes, there's free floating, the ones that don't attach to the endoplasmic reticulum. And then you have the ones that attach to the endoplasmic reticulum, which are rough ER. But even when they're free floating and when they're attached to the ER, they're still doing the same thing. And what is that?
I don't remember.
It's fine. That's why we're doing this. That's where proteins are manufactured.
This is something I make for myself just about every day, so I figured, why not show you? The first thing you're going to want to do is put in a scoop of protein. Then you're going to want to add about a cup of almond milk to the mix. Then you're going to add some protein, and then I usually throw in a whole banana. Then we're going to add some protein. Now what I like to do, just for a little bit of taste, is add some protein. Then I usually add 1/2 a protein. Now of course it wouldn't really be a shake without some ice cubes. So we're going to add some protein, take some ice cubes, dip them in protein, throw them in the mix, then add some protein, and then, and only then, can you add some protein and blend. Now while you guys weren't looking, I actually went back and added some...
So that's where they're made?
Yeah, actually that's where they're made. So that's where the amino acids, the individual parts of proteins, are brought together and fused together to make a protein. So we'll get more into that later. You're going to have to know how to manufacture a protein, eventually. But right now, that's what ribosomes do. And they do it when they're free floating. And they also do it when they're attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. So now that's what the rough ER does. It makes proteins because it has ribosomes. I can't remember if the video mentioned it, but did it say what the smooth endoplasmic reticulum does? This one's a little rough for me too. I don't even know if I remember off the top of my head. But the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong on this, but I'll double check. Is where lipids are manufactured. I don't have all this stuff memorized, and I don't give a damn if I don't. So, because that's what books are for. So, And then after the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, the Golgi apparatus. Do you remember what it does?
Doesn't it like connect other things to it that
Yep.
can be like, isn't it like that can be wasteful or?
Not necessarily wasteful, but it connects things like think of more of like Golgi apparatus is the UPS man, and what does the UPS man have to do to ship the package to the right place? What does it have to put on the package?
The address.
The address, a label. Slap a label, and then the whole world knows where that box needs to go. That's exactly what the Golgi apparatus does too. It slaps a label on this protein, and now the whole cell knows where this protein needs to go.
Got it. Okay.
Makes
And
sense.
that's the Golgi what?
It's either the Golgi, some books call it the Golgi apparatus, some books call it the Golgi body.
Okay.
And then lysosome. Do you remember what lysosomes are?
That breaks down a protein.
Yeah, not just a protein, but
So anything that's like wasteful.
yep, anything that's done, it's died or it's used up.
Yep.
Lysosomes will break it down. What about mitochondria?
Doesn't that also take in proteins?
All these organelles are going to take in some type of protein, because proteins a lot of times are used as messengers, but what does it do for the cell? It's just not going to take in proteins.
Oh, see, I thought the mitochondria was like the main one that takes in the protein and like uses it the most for the cell.
No, not what it does for the cell. It'll take in proteins because, like I said, proteins are little messages between these organelles. The mitochondria is where energy for the cell is made, and the energy in this in the cellular level is called ATP, adenyl triphosphate. Yeah, and the mitochondria is where it's made, and it pumps it out, and then different structures will use ATP to do different things.
Write that down. I've heard of ATP though before, and then like how it's different for plant cells and animal cells, how they both either take it in or don't take it in.
That's a little different. ATP, I think ATP is used the same in both types of cells. It's used to do things. That's why they call it energy, like energy currency. It's exchanged throughout the cell to do different things. So that's what mitochondria does. They didn't mention peroxisomes, but peroxisomes kind of do the same thing as lysosomes, only they destroy different types of things. And they use peroxide. Yeah. So peroxisomes are another organelle you'll probably be quizzed on.
This is easy.